Hi, I love this little story. There's a wonderful explanation of it by Penina Schramm in the Solomon and the Ant book. She calls it Who Knows? It's about Rabbi Akiva. So Rabbi Akiva lived in Israel in the 1st century CE. He was a very poor shepherd, He couldn't even read or write. However, when he was 40 years old, he met this fabulous, wonderful, very educated young woman, Rachel, and she really believed in him, and she convinced him to go and get an education. Akiva studied Torah, and in fact, he became one of the greatest teachers in the land. Now, the Romans ruled Judea at the time, and they decided that the best way to control everybody was to destroy their beliefs and to destroy their religious thoughts. Someone once asked Rabbi Akiva why he continued to teach, when in fact he knew that the punishment was death. And he answered with this little story. There was a fish in a river, and he was trying to escape the net when a sly fox called to him, it's dangerous in that water. Come on, jump out of there, jump out of there. You'll be much more safe on land. Well, the fish answered, we're going to stay here. I think we have a better chance of surviving in the water than on land. Why does he tell this story? Akiva says, the story is a parable. We Jews were actually like those fish. Fish cannot survive without water, and we Jews cannot survive without our beliefs. So Rabbi Akiva traveled the land, teaching wherever it was that he dared, and whoever dared to learn, he sought them out. And here is a little story of one of those things that he taught. So Akiva and Ben Yehuda were traveling by horse across the country. It was very late at night when they finally reached a walled town. It was surrounded by a big, dark forest. So they called to the guard, "Open the gate, open the gate." "Oh, you are strangers," said the guard, "and really you have come far too late. The gate is locked for the night." But Akiva said, "There is nowhere else to stay, and we hear that there are bandits nearby." "Well, perhaps you are the bandits," said the guard. "Perhaps you're trying to trick us so that you can get in here." And he aimed an arrow at Rabbi Akiva and said, "Go away, go away, go away." Akiva and Ben Yehuda had no choice, so they turned and off they rode. "We will have to sleep outside," they said. Said Ben Yehuda, "this is bad." Akiva said, "Who knows? Who knows what good might become from this? Let's just say that it's for the best." Ben Yehuda frowned. He looked at the dark forest all around them. He lit his lantern to search for a place to camp, perhaps near to the side of the road. He saw a cave. But when they came to the cave, a lion leaped out. He roared and attacked the horses, and Akiva and Ben Yehuda were thrown to the ground. The lantern broke. The horses galloped away, and the lion chased after them. Akiva and Ben Yehuda ran deep into the woods, and they climbed up a high tree for protection. "Oh, we don't dare camp near the road now," said Ben Yehuda. "This is very, very bad." "Who knows?" said Akiva. "This too could be for the best." Ben Yehuda only shook his head and said nothing. Now, just as the rain ended, they heard horses. They saw riders in the distance carrying flaming torches. "These riders can help us," said Ben Yehuda. He climbed down the tree and ran toward the riders, calling for them, "Stop! Stop! Stop for us!" But they were too far away to hear them, and they rode away out of sight. "I couldn't stop them. We'll have to stay here all night," said Ben Yehuda. "Oh, this is as bad as it can get." "Who knows?" said Akiva. Even this too could be for the best." Now this time Ben Yehuda glared angrily, and he kicked a stone and said, "There can't be anything good about this." He growled, and he really wasn't listening to another word that Akiva said. Now in the morning, cold and hungry, they trudged down the road, looking for their horses. The road led them to a small walled town, but as they approached, a woman rushed towards them, crying, "A troop of bandits attacked the town last night," she said. "They charged inside with flaming torches, and they burned everything. They robbed everyone, and they took everyone away in chains to sell as slaves. I'm the only person that's escaped." Akiva comforted the poor woman. Ben Yehuda was too amazed to even speak, and finally he said to Akiva, "Everything I thought was bad turned out to be good. If we'd been allowed into the town, the bandits would have captured us. If we'd camped by the road, the bandits would have seen us and captured us again. If I'd been able to stop them as they rode by, then surely they would have captured us a third time. And then, for sure, we would have been sold as slaves." Akiva nodded and said, "You can never know what good will come from anything. And that is I always say, who knows? This too might turn out to be just for the best." Thanks so much for listening to this little story today. I hope you appreciated it. I liked it a lot.